Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the 5-Minute Talk Show. Now, in today's episode, we're going to focus on choosing the right investment vehicle. But before we get to that, let's quickly recap what we've already discussed within this investment series. First of all, it was the effective annual cost and making sure that if you've got an existing investment, how much you are paying per annum so that you can know what impact the fees will have over a long term on your investment. The second one was to make sure that when we simplify investments, we go into it with a specific goal, a specific term, and then we have a look at our budget. So this week, we're one step closer to making that right decision. The 4 investment vehicles that I want to touch on this week is tax-free investment, retirement annuity, discretionary investment, and then last but not least is your endowment. Okay, so when we start out and we choose a tax-free investment, the rules within that investment is you can only contribute 33,000 Rand per annum and then 500,000 Rand over your lifetime. Now, the growth within the investment vehicle is tax-free. When you start withdrawing from it, it's tax-free, but this investment is 100% liquid. Now, what is the thing that we need to watch out for? When you've decided the term and when you want to invest and the goal that you want to achieve, it's important that when you choose the tax-free investment, you don't start withdrawing from it. Because a lot of people out there think that they can start a tax-free investment like your normal typical unit trust or your discretionary investment. And we're going to get to that at a later stage. But the moment you withdraw from a tax-free investment, you cannot replace that. So in my opinion, when I give advice, the perfect scenario for a tax-free investment is to use it as a supplement for retirement purposes. Because the moment you filled up that for $500,000, it's going to take you roughly about 15 years if you put in your 33,000 Rand per annum. Then you leave that for compound interest to start taking effect. Because the moment you start withdrawing from it, there's no more tax involved. The one thing that you need to watch out for as well is please don't go over that 33,000 Rand per annum. They will penalize you at 40%. So it's 40 cents to the Rand that you will be penalized. All right. The next one is retirement annuity. I come across so many clients out there who started out an investment for retirement purposes and they went into a retirement annuity thinking that they can actually access their money. The moment your fund value is above 7,000 Rand, you will not be allowed to touch that money until the age of 56 if you are disabled or if you immigrate out of South Africa. Those are the only ways that you can actually touch retirement money. Oh yeah, and the other one is if you pass on. But hopefully that does not happen until you retire one day. Okay, so it's important to know that when you start a retirement annuity, there's no liquidity. That's a long-term investment and you can only start accessing at the age of 56. At the age of 56 then, you will have an option where you can access 1/3 of your money as a cash lump sum. The other 2/3 needs to be invested into a living annuity where you will start withdrawing an income. Okay, number 3, discretionary investment. Your discretionary investment is your own typical collective investment scheme, your unit trust. People are more familiar with those type of names. But the name actually says it's at your discretion. So you're going to invest as and when you want, and you also can withdraw when you want. All fees are deducted monthly, so when you put your money in, they will deduct all their fees. Normal capital gains tax will apply. Tax is something that we will touch on in another episode, but your discretionary investment is for your day-to-day type of savings where you want to put in and withdraw whenever you want to. Last but not least is your endowment plan. It's important when you want to go into an endowment plan to know that it's actually a 5-year investment term. You can do one loan and one surrender before the 5 years is over, but if you invest into a typical life company, you're going to pay penalties when you start withdrawing out of it. So the important thing about an endowment is if your marginal tax rate is above 30%, an endowment can actually be good for you, but if you're less than 30%, rather go the discretionary route. That's all that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much. Until next time. Bye-bye.